Hey, my Lipton. So I wanted to come in here and give y'all a Yash Chopra film review. So if y'all are new to my channel, or maybe y'all just came to this channel, or y'all been my day ones, y'all will know that I enjoy doing Bollywood film reviews. I enjoy discussing these films and discussing a lot of behind the scenes things after I do the film reviews, maybe some personal things outside of the film once I do the film reviews. But I do review films that I genuinely enjoy watching or am interested in watching. So with what I never watched this film growing up. Actually, I never watched this film growing up. um I guess it wasn't really maybe because it is a 1965 film. That's why it's sort of like whatever. It's been something that wasn't really brought up with me. Um, Obviously, as I got older and I started to do more research and watching documentaries, and especially if you look at the Romantics on Netflix documentary when they discuss this film briefly about Yash Chopra and his entry into Bollywood. So I've heard of this film title and I saw the cast. And at first when I saw the cast, obviously when you look at, when it comes to people like um Sadhana, uh Sharmila Tagore, Shashi Kapoor, Sunildutt, um what is his name? Raj Kapoor? I guess it's Raj with two A's. No, Raj Kumar, sorry. I said Raj Kapoor. Raj Kumar. These figures, I didn't really knew of per se. Like it's like didn't know too much about them. So it's like growing up, you mostly look at the people that is marketed towards you, like the AmitabhBachchans, the Shah Rukh Khans, the salmankhans, those sort of people. So obviously, I've been very into old Bollywood, been into 1950s even Bollywood. Like I just recently did a 1955 review of Devdas. Like I've done reviews of Sangam 1964. I've done just so many reviews on my channel, which y'all guys can go on my Bollywood slash ZTV playlist to go see those. So I've been really into those. So I wanted to do this review. I wanted to do this review because I've been on my golden age Bollywood binge. I've been looking back and seeing some of the older films. Like I guess in a way I've been on this journey of trying to figure out like or researching how Bollywood has become such a mega successful industry that it is today. So it's like I'm just trying to figure out its inceptions, where who are some of the people that contributed to having some of the icons and the legends that we have today. So obviously when you see people like Shashi Kapoor, when you see people like Sunil Dutt, Raj Kumar, Sharmila Tagore, Sadhana, it's sort of something that it's like these people are the ones that contributed to this, Yash Chopra, the director, and so forth. But I want to discuss this film, and because I watched it, and obviously this is the second film that I asked on my poll on TikTok and on YouTube. If y'all want me to do Dave Das 1955 first or what, and you guys chose Dave Das, so I actually put Dave Das on my channel first. If y'all guys are interested in watching my Dave Das 1955 review, you can go on my channel. It's up there. You can go watch it. So I said I was gonna do what later, or what I. The thing is the pronunciation of this word, even though it's so simple, but it's so difficult to pronounce the title of this film. Like I just be like, oh my god, how do they say it? Because I've been trying to like say like that to try say it in Hindi, like because I think the Q is somewhat like the sound of a V in a way. I don't know. It's very weird. But because at first I kept saying like what like with the WH, like what. So but but there's other, when I've heard other people say this word, the title of the film, they say with a V. They, switch the Q with the V, the sound. I don't know. It's weird. But let's get into this film review, and then I'm gonna discuss some behind the scenes things, and this film becoming what it became. So this film starts with so Shashi Kapoor's character, his name is Vijay. Sunil Dutt's character, his name is Raju. Yeah, no, Ravi. Ravi. And Raj Kumar's character is Raja or Raju, whatever, two of the other. And so they, children, they grew up in a rich family. Their father, their mother, they're well off. They have money, and their father is just like living life and happy, and wants more wealth and more like more things to happen for his family, and so that they can sort of be well off. So Raja or Raju, played by Raj Kumar, is the older brother. Sunil Dutt, Ravi, is the middle brother, and Shashi Kapoor's character, whose name is Vijay, is the younger brother. And he's the baby in the family, and like so so this happens, and then by the next thing you know, there's a whole earthquake that occurs. There's a whole earthquake. The community is in shambles, houses fall apart, so forth. It's a mess. And basically it's one of those things where it's like separated at like childhood kind of story. That's really what it is. It's like a separated at childhood story with these brothers. So they get separated, right? And due to the earthquake. So Vijay, played by Shashi Kapoor, the mom was able to like have him during the earthquake when it happened. So I guess he was, he was in her arms and when it happened. As far as like when it comes to Raja and Ravi, they ended up getting separated from their parents during the earthquake. So a part of me, like when I saw this, is like, so Ravi, who is played by Sunil Dutt's character, this family, another rich family finds him. I don't know where they find him. Like maybe during the earthquake, he was just displaced. They find him and they take him home. So basically they just technically speak, well, not even technically, they kidnapped him as a child, this rich family, and they're like, okay, well, I always wanted to be your mother, and I guess God has sort of put him here for me to let him be my son. And to me, I'm like, when I saw that, I was just like, why did they do this in Hindi films back in the day? It's like even I was watching like Sita or Gita, which I did a review on that film too, where like uh where Gita was also kidnapped as well when Sita and Gita's mom was giving birth, and she didn't know she was having twins, but she ends up having twins. It's like the same thing. It's like this whole like, okay, like kidnapping story, but make it like very lovingly. And it just makes me laugh anytime I think about it. That's just how you do it. Only Bollywood films can get away with this. So Ravi ends up getting kidnapped and by a rich family, and they raise him. Raja or Raju, aka he uses both names. He ends up like being taken to like some orphanage, some like abusive orphanage, and like he's just not having it. And mind you, he's the older brother, okay, played by Raj Kumar. He's the older brother in this whole thing, so he's more aware. He knows how his brothers look like. No, what is really, he knows his brothers, he knows his parents, but he's still like a preteen, so it's kind of weird. So he ends up running away from the orphanage. He goes. So these three brothers' parent, I mean, their father tries to go and find, his wife and his children. So he finds out that, his oldest son, Raja, was supposed to be at the orphanage. So he goes to the orphanage to go and find Raja. And they're like, oh, Raja ran away. And that the headmaster, I guess, at the orphanage was beating up Raja and everything. So the dad ends up like choking. I don't know. I think they alluded to him killing um the headmaster at the orphanage. So he ends up getting arrested and goes to jail for like almost like many years. So time goes by. They don't give a timestamp on like how much time this was, but it gets to the point where like Shashi Kapoor's character Vijay is like college age, so maybe 18 years, maybe 18, 19 years later. Um they fast forward to these three brothers becoming adults, and um basically Raja, the older brother, is like, he was raised at this point, like when he ran away, he was a beggar. He was taken in by some thug or something, and he was just raised to be like, stealing, a thief, and so forth. Um, Ravi, who was kidnapped as a baby, as a toddler age, he ends up being adopted by this rich family, and then his sister, his adopted sister, who is played by Sharmila Tagore, her name is Rinu. So that's his adopted sister. Their sister, that's their siblings, and he's very protective of Rinu, and but he's also, the thing is too is like, even though like he got adopted by this rich family and the family cared for him, but like Ravi also has a mindset of like, he thinks because he's rich, so he can just talk to anybody any kind of way, or he looks at poor people lower than him. So that's the only thing about Ravi I didn't like really in this film, but other than that, he was cool. And as far as like with Vijay is obviously with his mom. He ends up, the mom is distraught, the fact that she lost two of her kids, her husband, she doesn't know where they are. She's probably thinking that they're all dead. So they're struggling right now financially and everything. Vijay is just like, he's just trying to support his mom. He goes to college. That's where Rinu sees Vijay, and she likes him and so forth, and sort of she's very flirtatious with him. So with Meena, uh who's another woman, but she's also the girlfriend, yeah, the girlfriend of Ravi. But the problem is that Raja is also in love with Meena as well. So there's also, it was an untold love triangle that was happening here, and Raja really wanted to get with Meena, but you know uh Ravi was in the way. But the issue is that Raja and Ravi don't know that they're siblings, so that's the problem. So it goes on, and Raja is, like I said, he's a thief. He steals necklaces and so forth. So he is told by the man that took him in, um, that taught him to be a thief. He's telling him, oh, you need to stop with this whole, like, you're having feelings for Mina. Like, you need to be focused on our work. You need to be focused on getting these jewelries, the diamonds and stuff. At the end of the day, if her father finds out that you're a thief, it's not going to be good, blah, blah, blah. So he's like, listen, it is what it is. I'm just going to try to get with her, try to be with her. But Ravi is just like, and mind you, Ravi is just, that's the thing about, when I was watching this film, I was looking at Ravi. I was like, Ravi, why? He was so like welcoming, of course, of Raja, and was like, oh my God, like, like, you did this for my girlfriend. So like, he was like super duper welcoming of Raja. So they're going through this, but I can obviously, like, I in the beginning when I was watching the film, I was like, oh, does Meena really want to marry Ravi? Like, what's going on? But it turns out, she does want to marry him, and she is in love with Ravi. So Raja, is very jealous, very upset by this, and Raja tries to go and kill Ravi in his sleep. So I was just like, oh my God, please do not harm your brother. Oh my goodness. I was like, please do not harm your brother. Please, please, please. So what happened was Raja was about to go in there and slice and dice Ravi. But before he can do it, he sees a picture at the tape at the shelf, and he sees that he sees Ravi as a toddler. And Raja recognizes the picture as his younger brother. So Raja then gets the realization like, oh my God, like Ravi is my one of my younger brothers. So he ends up just like retreating. Like now he's just like, you know what? I'm not gonna try to go after Mina, try to be with her or be jealous. I'm just gonna allow Ravi and Mina to be happy. And the thing is, Raja also wants to tell Ravi the truth, but he wants to tell him at a specific time and at a right place to tell him that they're brothers. So it was so okay. So now let me get to it because I've been kind of not discussing Vijay played by Shashi Kapoor. So of course Vijay and Sharmila. I was about to say Sharmila to go. Vijay and Renu. They're hanging out and so forth, and Reno is really trying to make like really really want to make this relationship work with Vijay, but Vijay is just like, listen, girl, you are rich, I'm poor. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Then our family's not your family at least is not gonna accept it. And she's like, oh, and Reno is like, oh no, my family's very liberal minded and so forth. And I'm like, girl, that's what they all say. That's what they all say. You need to listen. So Vijay, his mom, mom is very sick. His mom is very sick, has cancer, is sick. So he needs to get a job. He needs to get a job and he needs to transfer her to Mumbai and so forth. So he tells Renu, listen, like, I need to go. Like, I get you want this to happen, but it's not what it's giving. So he ends up taking a job as a driver under Raja's boss, the same boss that taught Raja how to steal. So he becomes a driver for Renu and for Ravi, their family. So Renu was like, "Oh my God, like you're my driver now," and then Vijay is just like, "Listen, I'm just doing this to be a job. Like, let me just be a driver. Please don't make this worse as it already is." So the thing is, Ravi, mind you, this is where the classism mindset and the elitist mindset of Ravi comes into play, and it actually pisses me off. But Ravi basically tells Vijay, listen, at the end of the day, you are the servant, my sister is the master. Y'all shouldn't even be sitting next to each other like that. So he feels some type of way. He's being very overly protective, I guess, of his sister to a point where he becomes a little bit elitist. So Reno goes off. She's like, you know what? You trying to talk all this stuff about, him being the master and servant, whatever. You're not even my real brother. I mean, she didn't say like that, but like, you're not even my real brother. You're adopted. You don't even know who your real parents are. So of course, like, the parents come and they're like, oh my God, how can you talk to your older brother like that? And blah, 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 blah. And then Ravi's like, you know what? Yeah, you know what? She's actually right. She's actually right. I am adopted. I don't belong and so forth. I don't know. I could be an orphan. Because the thing is that Ravi and Mina want to get married. And Mina's parents, well, more specifically her mother, was like, oh, Ravi is adopted. We don't know if he could be a Muslim, a Hindu, a Christian, a blah, blah, blah. His parents could be dead. He could be an orphan. How would that look on us? And I was just like, when I was listening, when I was watching this, I was like, no wonder, y'all all deserve each other. Y'all deserve each other because it's like, why does that even matter? Like this whole like, oh, he could be an orphan, so what could that mean? It's just like this whole. I'm so glad that we came out of this whole phase of bad omen mentality, because it's so dumb and stupid. It's so stupid. But yeah, like they were trying to say like Ravi is not good enough for Mina because Ravi is adopted. So in a way I kind of felt like, Ravi kind of deserved that low key, because it's like, Ravi, you were out here talking all kind of mess to Vijay, you know, saying that whatever, he's the servant or whatever, saying that he's not good enough for your sister. And now now you got egg on your face, because now Mina's mother is telling you that you're not good enough for her daughter, because you're adopted. You could be an orphan, and you could be a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, a da. Like, so he kind of had egg on his face. So he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go find myself, I'm gonna go self-identify. And during this time, mind you, these three brothers, their father finally gets released from prison. And I forgot to mention this, all three brothers have the same birthday. They're born different years but have the same birthday. So their father, mind you, gets released from prison after killing that headmaster from the orphanage. And he's trying to go, and he finds out that his wife is alive. So he tries to go find her. So the father had encounters with Ravi, but of course Ravi was a toddler, so he doesn't remember how his father looks like. The father's very sad, trying to look for his wife, trying to look for them. So let's fast forward. It's the party. You know, the man that took in Raja tells him, listen, we got some very, very, high society people coming. You're gonna have to steal these diamonds for me, so forth. Raja's trying to do that, but then some guy who was like, what's his name? Balbir. Yeah, Balbir. He also works for the same thug that is telling Raja to steal, apparently. But Bid is drunk. He comes there trying to harass Mina. Raja sees that, and Raja beats the hell out of him. But Bir pulls out a knife, thinking that he's about to slice Raja. It becomes a whole fight. They break it up. But Bir then goes to that thug, that that the guy that that sort of is sort of like the master of like Raja, and he's telling the guy that tried to harass Mina, oh, why you had to do all that? Why you had to cause commotion? I could have been rich. I could have been the. So they get into it. They get into a fight. This Balbir guy pulls out a whole knife again. I don't know why he pulls out a knife, tries to slice the thug. The thug ends up, switching and reverse it, stabs Balbir. Balbir dies. He's trying to pull Balbir's body and hide it. Blood on the floor, so forth. Vijay, mind you, remember Vijay also was hired by this thug. Vijay sees the guy being dragged out, and and his boss basically hiding the body. So he basically sees that his boss murdered this guy. And the boss is like, oh, what did you see? What did you see? And Vijay is like, I saw everything. And I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, oh my God. And then he was like, you know what? You didn't see anything. If you want your mom to have cancer treatment and so forth, I'll pay for everything, but this is what you gotta do. So Raja comes back, he doesn't see anything. He comes back from the party. He's just trying to go back and go to bed. He opens the closet. Here comes his body falling on him, blood on his shirt. The police come, because this stupid boss called the police. Raja ends up booking it. He runs because he knows that somebody framed him at that point. So he runs. Raja's father, remember the father that came out of prison, ends up seeing him running, tries to hold him and tries to let the police come. The police arrest Raja. Raja, is locked up. And Mina is like feeling bad too, because Raja, at the end of the day, Raja's the one that helped, that defended her and so forth. He goes and Raja tells Meena, listen, have Ravi come and defend me in court. Have him be my lawyer. Mina's like, oh, but he's inexperienced. Da, da, da. He was like, have him. He needs to do it. He needs to do it. So he does that. He tells Ravi to do it, and Ravi becomes the lawyer of Raja, right? So in court, just to keep this fast forwarding, it really looks like Raja. They really pointed this that Raja is the one that killed this man. Raja is the one that did it, and then Vijay comes and testifies saying that, oh yeah, Raja is the one that did it. So finally, what happened was that Ravi, who's representing Raja, tells Vijay, I think you're doing this because your mother is sick and you're being bribed to do this and so forth. What would your mother say? Blah 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 blah. And then Vijay is also hearing his mother's thoughts and in his head, and then he finally confesses that what, I was paid off by my boss to frame Raja. Raja did not kill that man. It was my boss, what's his name? I'm trying to find his name. Mr. Chinoy? Mr. Chinoy. That's the boss. So that whole happens. That court scene, it was crazy. So basically this obviously goes into Raja's favor because Mr. Chinoy tried to stab Ravi in court. It was a mess. It was a mess. So in my mind, I was, because it was towards the end of the movie, and I'm like, wait a minute, are they really gonna end it here? Like, when, to me, I was like, when are they gonna get to the part where Raja, Ravi, and Vijay unite? They find out that they're brothers, and is this whole family reunion? Because I really thought that the mom was gonna die, or something was gonna happen because the mom has cancer. So I was really waiting for that part, and they saved it towards the end. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that kind of felt very anticlimactic for me, because even though it's like, Raja found out that Ravi is his brother, like, why didn't they, like, I needed more of a bigger lead up to it. It should have been bigger. It didn't felt as big because it was towards the end of the film, and that's something I didn't like. It was just towards the end, a few more minutes left of the film where the mom comes and is telling Vijay, I'm proud of you for telling the truth and blah 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 blah. And then because and then their father, who also testified, came there and saw his wife after so many years. They see each other, they hug it out. Vijay is like, oh, that's my dad, they're hugging it out. And then by the next thing you know, Raja hears, the pet nicknames that they used to call that their dad used to call them, and he realizes that that's, that Vijay, Vijay is also his another one of his younger brothers, and these are his parents. So that's how they find out, and they hug it out. So to me, I was just kind of like, I wanted more of like a kuchi kuchi. I mean, like a kabi kushi kabi gum lead up of things. Like remember how like Rahul and Rohan found out that they were that no, how Rahul found out that Rohan was his younger brother. I wanted to be something like that. Like I wanted the build up to be something like that. But I don't know. It kind of felt a little bit anticlimactic towards the end of the film. But that's how it ends. Basically, they all find out that they're siblings. Meena is I guess back with Ravi. Rinu, I guess most likely is gonna go uh with Vijay. And Raja, I don't know. Raja is just there. But that's how the film ends. But let me just say, what became a huge hit, apparently, from what I've read. This was a blockbuster in the theaters back in 1965. I think this is the first film that Raj Chopra directed. I could be wrong. But I believe this is his first film because his older brother B.R. Chopra was in the films for a while before this. So this was a huge hit back in 1965. Sunildutt, was a huge star. Raj Kumar was a huge star. I did not know that, and I just found this out. I didn't know that Sadhana was Kareenakapoor's aunt. I just found that out. So yeah, I just found out. I had no clue that Sadhana was related to Kareena Kapoor and Karishma Kapoor's mother. Um, I'm seeing some things that there is a feud. I had to look into that between Sadhana and the Kapoors. I'm not sure what's happening there. But yeah, so apparently Sadhana and Babita Kapoor were first cousins. So they're blood. So they're blood related. But they apparently they're not close apparently. So, and Sadhana was also portrayed as like the Aubrey Hepburn of Bollywood at that time. Sharmila Tagore, if y'all don't know, so this is her first film that she did with Shashi Kapoor, and I could just this is just my own thoughts. I can just tell, most likely, watching this film, I'm just like, Sharmila Tagore's panties must have been dropping all the way down when she found out that she was going to be in a film with Shashi Kapoor. Because if y'all don't know, Sharmila Tagore used to be like madly like crushing over Shashi Kapoor. But before she, obviously, this is before she, you know how it is before we get married, and when we're young, we have these crushes. But she was crushing hard on Shashi Kapoor during that time, because Shashi Kapoor was very popular at that time, and he was very handsome. He was the younger Kapoor brother, so it was just like everybody was just all up on, everybody just loved Shashi Kapoor. And the thing is that I read somewhere where that when Sharmila Tagore first got into Hindi films, because she's Bengali. When she got into Hindi films, she did a film with Shami Kapoor, the older brother of Shashi. And apparently Shashi Kapoor came to come visit one of those days just to see his brother, just to see how they're doing. And when Sharmila Tagore found out that Shashi Kapoor was there, she was like, "Oh my God, Shashi Kapoor! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!" Like going crazy, Coco for Coco Buzz. Apparently, they said that she couldn't even focus on a scene, or apparently a romantic scene with Shashi Kapoor's older brother, because she just wanted to look at Shashi Kapoor. She was just searching for Shashi Kapoor, wanted to be around him and so forth. So they ended up telling Shashi Kapoor to leave the set because Sharmila Tagore was just not paying attention. So to me, in my mind, I'm thinking to myself, when Sharmila Tagore found out that Shashi Kapoor was going to be a part of this film, I think that she signed expeditiously. She signed expeditiously. She was like, "Oh, absolutely." And on top of that, I'm going to be the love interest of Shashi Kapoor. Are you serious? Of course I'm going to sign on to this film. Of course I'm going to sign on to this film. Stop playing with me. And on top of that, the film was a hit. So I know Sharmila Tagore was like, "Yes, God, I did that. I'm here with my childhood crush." Okay? So, and obviously, nothing happened between the two. Like, didn't happen any affair or anything like that. But it's just, she was just very much so, like, very, very, like, crushing on Shashi Kapoor very hard. So, but yeah, y'all, that was my thoughts on what I thought that, it was a good film. I just wish that, I wish they could have focused a little bit more on the whole brotherly aspect of things. Like, how you gonna build it up to where they find that? Like, I think that they waited too long for it to be revealed, especially for it to just be a few minutes towards the end of the film. I didn't really like that. I thought that it should have been, honestly, it should have been towards like the middle, onto going to the end instead of like just putting it towards like a few minutes towards the end of the film. But whatever, it is what it is. Um, I thought that the cast was good. I read that initially they were gonna put, I don't know how true this is, but they were gonna put the three Kapoor brothers. So apparently Raj Kapoor was gonna play Raj Kumar's character, Shami Kapoor to play Ravi's character, and Shashi to be, Vijay. And I'm glad that they didn't do that. I'm glad that, they left, they brought a different cast. I think that we don't need that, especially looking at Raj Kapoor doing that. Listen, Raj Kapoor is just, older in general. So let's just leave that at that. And Shami Kapoor was just doing Shami Kapoor. But yeah, I'm glad that they chose the cast that they did. I thought that it was really good, and I thought that the women were very beautiful. Sharmila Tagore is a very beautiful woman. Sadhana was a very beautiful woman. So, but yes, I'm definitely gonna be continuing to do Golden Age Bollywood reviews. I already have a film in mind that I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say as of yet. I do wanna, before I get to like another Golden Age Bollywood review, I am gonna do a video. It's gonna be more of a gossipy video, but I'm gonna be doing a video based on Salman Khan, Aishwarya Rai, and what is his name? What is his name? Why am I blanking? Vivek Oberoi. I'm also gonna be doing a video on those three, because and the title is gonna be called Revisiting That Triangle, that very very much so tumultuous love triangle at that time. So I actually want to do that video first, and then I'm going to do a Golden Age film review on my channel. So y'all watch out for that video. I don't know when I'm going to put it up as of yet. I'm just trying to get a lot of the, some articles, some facts, do a little bit more reading, and then I'll put it up. But yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get up to 900 subscribers. The goal is to get up to 1,000, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.